All new tonight, the verdict is in. David Wilson found not guilty of murder, ending what's been a nearly 3-year process for him. That is where we start tonight on News West 9 at 10. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Tatum Gwen. Today, closing statements were made on both sides before the jury went to deliberate. Jonathan Polasic joins us to explain what all the prosecution and defense had to say before the jury went back to make their decision. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Tatum. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff kind of going on today. Closing statements, they ran for about 2 hours as both sides tried to close out this trial. We'll briefly touch on some of the main points of their closing arguments. The prosecution said that there are 3 ways to commit murder in Texas, but that the jury does not have to be unanimous on all 3 ways. And only after the jury determines if a murder has taken place can they determine if self-defense comes into play. And that if the jury voted guilty, it wouldn't come off as a statement against self-defense laws or gun ownership rights. Now, as for the defense, their main arguments were that a person, in this case David Wilson, has the right to defend themselves against any perceived dangers. They also stated that the case has to be decided from Wilson's point of view, a point of view in which he perceived that there was a threat. Now, we also mentioned the Castle Doctrine the other day, and the defense went on to say that whatever procedures the police followed that night, the Castle Doctrine overrides those procedures. Now, we did get a statement from one of the prosecuting attorneys, Laura Nodoff. She had this to say after the not guilty verdict. This is a case that I've always felt should be heard by the citizens of Midland County, that they should be able to look at it and evaluate the evidence and it not be a singular decision based off of either myself or just law enforcement. It's why we have the criminal justice system. And while we, of course, had hoped for a different outcome, we respect what the jury has come back with. So again, it was ultimately a not guilty verdict after about an hour and a half of deliberation and understandably a very emotional David Wilson after the trial. Tatum.
And Jonathan, I can only imagine. We've been closely tracking this case, this trial, since early last week. Our online team has been putting together very in-depth reports about each day in court since last week. You can read a day-to-day breakdown about witnesses and testimonies. We have chapters in each of them. You'll find this on the front page of our website. Click on the story and that's where it will take you. We've got that every single day, a detailed breakdown of what happened inside the courtroom. Again, this is on our front page of our website, newswest9.com.